Hey guys, Jon Le Tocq here, just making you a quick video on foam rolling. Now this has become a really popular method for before sessions. If you're really tense and a bit tight in the muscles, you can actually use this foam roller kind of as a self-massage tool. Get your muscles nice and loose, work it with your mobility work, and then you're ready to go in your session. Also good after the session for helping flush out toxins and again just relax the muscles after you've worked them hard. So what I'm going to do is show you just a few exercises you can use kind of hitting the whole body, in particular the legs and the hip and the back. Those are the areas that tend to get really tight. Okay, so we're going to start with the calves. So you're going to get your foam roller on the floor, one leg on top and then the other leg comes over. And then if you can, just going to lift yourself up slightly and just roll through the muscles. Make sure you're just rotating your legs so you're actually hitting all of the muscle fibers. And we're going right from down at the ankle to the Achilles tendon, and we're going to roll right up to the back of the knee there. Okay, and again, just turning the leg inwards. If you get any really tender spots, you can just sort of hone in on there, just really work through. Might have some sort of trigger points there, a bit of scar tissue maybe, you can just kind of work through that. Okay, and then obviously we're just going to switch legs and do the same again. Okay, once we've done the calves, we can go up to the hamstrings. You can actually get rollers which have got more of a sort of protrusion there. Rumble rollers are the ones we use. Actually comes out a little bit further, it's easier to get into the hamstrings, but this one will still do a good job. So we're going to get on the back of the hamstring again, one leg over the top and just rolling through. Okay, you want to be spending about 45 seconds to a minute on each section, on each leg. So I'll spend 45 seconds here and then move on to the next bit. Again here, what we're looking to do is really get right up to the bottom of your bum cheek. And again all the way back down to the back of the knee. Okay, and then switch legs and do the same. Next one is the IT band. Okay, your IT band runs from your hip here down across the side of your knee. If you do a lot of running, it can become very tight. There's a problem called runner's knee, which actually not so much a knee problem, it's more that problems occur up at the hips, tightens up the IT band and it can pull on the knee. Okay, so if you do a lot of running, again you want to be hitting this area. So this time we're lying on the side, we're going to go from the hip down to the knee. So you just want to kind of walk yourself along nice and slow. This one can be particularly painful, so take it easy to start with. You can kind of adjust how much weight you put onto each of these by just putting your foot on the floor, just controlling it rather than suddenly dropping onto it. That can be pretty painful. Okay, so we're just going to roll through slowly. Again, if you hit any really tender spots I've got on there, you can just kind of work through it, try and loosen up that particular area. Okay, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to switch sides and do the same on the other leg. Next up is the quads. Again, this is an area where you're doing a lot of leg work, it's going to get pretty tight. So we just want to roll through every single part of the muscle. So for this one, we're going to start one leg on. Again, I don't know if you can see it from here, but I've actually got my back knee on the floor just to give it a little bit of support because my quads are quite tight today. You can actually come off the floor and put all of the weight on, like so. Again, as you're doing it, you're just going to rotate, so hitting, you might have to work yourself around a bit. And we're hitting all angles of the muscles. Okay, so just play around with it, hitting different angles, really hitting as much of the muscle as you can. You get full range of motion. Don't just work the same spot all the time. You want to go all the way from one end right the way up to the top. And like I said, spending a good 45 seconds to a minute. There's no official time for it. It's not like if you don't complete the full minute, it doesn't count. But the more you can do, the better. Okay, so that's calves, that's hamstrings, IT band, quads. You can also hit the inner thigh as well. So for this one, we're actually going to take the knee out to about 90 degrees. Start with the roller under the knee, and then we're always going to roll out to the side. Okay, so just you're going to go right into the groin. Like I said, put as much pressure as you can without it being painful. It's going to be uncomfortable, but it shouldn't be so painful that you're tensing up, because if you're tensing up, you're not going to relax the muscles anyway. Okay, but just stripping through the muscles. Okay, so that's pretty much the legs. Next one, really important again, if you're trying to sort of tone your bum up and everything, is to flush out all the toxins here after training. And if you're doing a lot of butt work, again, the glutes are going to get pretty tight, piriformis as well. So what we're going to do for this one is you're actually going to sit on the roller, but but not with both butt cheeks at the same time, just one butt cheek. So if I'm doing my left side, I'm going to bring my left foot onto my right knee. That'll just expose the deeper muscle piriformis a bit more. Again, we can work through right through that piriformis there. Put as much weight as you can on. Just coming there. I find with the piriformis it's good to hit different angles. So you can see I've got the roller position at the moment. You might also want to turn it to the side, adjust your position, and kind of work through different angles. Like I say, depending where the muscle is running. Okay, so that's going to be the piriformis. Make sure if you want to expose it a little bit more, you can actually just bring your knee across onto the other leg, hold it up there, and get your balance and work through. Okay, so that's pretty much the legs and the butt cheeks. Also doing the upper back. So this time we're going to lie on it. Best thing for this one is to actually give yourself a big hug. So you open out the shoulder blade, and it's going to roll through. As you do this one, you might just want to drop your shoulders over the top. That'll just help mobilise the top of the spine, which can get locked up. Okay, so just coming over the top. And pretty much in the same position, we're going to hit the lats here. So you're just going to turn to the side, extend this arm out, and roll through. And with the lats, they actually go all the way, connect all the way down to the bottom, so you can work all the way through. This is going to be the main area. This can get pretty tight again. Okay, if you keep that arm straight, just kind of stretching out the muscle at the same time. Okay, now there are other things you can do with the foam rollers, but those are the key ones I want you focusing on, particularly, like I said, the hips, the back of the legs, really working through those, helping sort of reform the muscles, getting back in the right condition, and then you're going to find you recover from sessions better and overall results are much better. So it's kind of like getting a massage every day, but not quite as effective, but also not nearly as expensive. Okay, so that's foam rolling. Make sure you do that as much as you can. It's good TV exercise as well, but good to just get in the habit of before your session, start with foam rolling, loosen yourself up, do some mobility, and then get on with the session.